Hey guys, okay, so now I am here with my review for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Alright! Okay, and just like I've said before in my previous Star Wars reviews, this review is going to contain full spoilers, so if you have not seen this movie, get out of here. Go watch the movie. In any case, guys, so this will be my final Star Wars review before Force Awakens comes out. I know I said that I might do a Clone Wars review, but this is going to be it. But in any case, this is the one, we all know it, it's the one where Anakin turns to the dark side, becomes a Sith, that whole thing. And I think it goes without saying that this is easily my favorite in the prequel trilogy. Alright, now first of all, the first thing that you'll notice is the moment it opens after the opening crawl, it goes right into the action, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is great. Okay, the whole thing with the opening scene is Palpatine's been kidnapped by Count Dooku and General Grievous, and Obi-Wan and Anakin have to go save him. Alright, so pretty much the whole thing is, yeah. So they fight Count Dooku, and then Anakin kills him. Boom. And so after this whole thing, they get back down to Coruscant, and then Anakin meets back up with Padme, and Padme tells him, "Hey, Anakin, I'm pregnant." And so, this is where I'm gonna just say this one thing. Anakin probably should have been like, okay, so who's the father? Because he's been off to war and, stuff like that. But, whatever. Alright. And so now, at this point, these Jedi are off doing their campaigns. Yoda's off on Kashyyyk, which I will say was a really cool, point which I think was a really good, what's the word I'm looking for? A good thing to put in there, because I like seeing the Wookiee home planet, and then Obi-Wan is going to Utapau, he fights General Grievous, kills General Grievous, everything's cool until this point. Alright, so basically the whole thing is Palpatine is taunting Anakin, and he's like, when you piece the puzzle together about Darth Plagueis the Wise and this whole scenario thing, yeah, I'm the Sith apprentice that I was talking about. And so Anakin has pretty much made the smartest move that he has ever made in these movies. He pretty much just busts out his lightsaber. He's like, I'm turning you over to the Jedi Council. And you can see at that point, you're like, okay, Anakin's come a long way. Good job, dude. Alright, so now what happens is Mace Windu and 3 other Jedi, they go in, they all pop out their lightsabers, and they're like, in the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you are under arrest, Chancellor. And here's one thing that I just found mind-boggling, okay? Is that when Palpatine comes swinging at that one dude, the first dude he kills, okay, you see his head is turned like, what? Huh? Are we fighting? And then he just slices him down. I don't get that. Oh, and before I forget this, I just want to mention this. There's actually one scene in Revenge of the Sith where if you look very closely in like the docking bay, you can see the Millennium Falcon pulling in there. Pretty cool. But anyway, back to the fight. Alright, and the best scene in the entire prequel trilogy happens at this point. Nothing to do with lightsabers, fighting, or confrontation. You can see Anakin's looking out his window, and Padme is looking out their window, and you can tell they're looking at each other, but it's just ambient music and stuff, and they don't say anything, and that's great. It shows that you don't need words to say something powerful. So alright, now here's the thing. Anakin's turn to the dark side is the most sudden thing that I have ever seen in a movie. Alright, basically the thing is, Anakin cuts off Mace Windu's arm, and then Palpatine kills him, and then Anakin's like, what have I done? And at this point, Darth Sidious tells Anakin, he's like, your hate has made you powerful. Or, whatever he says to him, he's like, the Force is strong with you. Yeah, that was what he said. So, and at this point, he's like, henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader. Now that is definitely, and this is definitely one of the coolest scenes in the entire movie, because after he says Vader, you hear ba 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 ba, and we can tell Darth Vader is finally, well, he came to be. And he's like, okay, what do we do now, Sidious? And he's like, go to the Jedi Temple and kill children. Okay, that's pretty much the weirdest move that Vader has ever made in his life. Killing children? However, I will say that Order 66 scene where the Emperor's like, execute Order 66, and I'm not gonna lie, that scene makes me sad. I mean, it's just like the Jedi are just all dying and stuff. It's a sad song. Sad song, sad scene. It's sad. Alright, and so at this point, Obi-Wan and Yoda find out that Anakin has turned to the dark side, and Obi-Wan has it in his... tells Yoda, he's like, send me to kill the Emperor. I cannot kill Anakin. And Yoda, he's like, yes, it's really what needs to happen. And that's really my only issue with this movie, and is the fact that Obi-Wan went with the intent to kill Anakin, not bring him back to the good side. And that kind of thing makes me go, no, that goes against the original trilogy. Okay, now bear with me on this, but look at the original trilogy. Luke went to Vader because he told Leia, he's like, there's still good in him. I can save him. I can turn him back to the good side. After an entire trilogy of movies, that's how a Jedi should be thinking. You don't just go in there with your lightsaber lit, looking for a fight, going, hey, I'm gonna kill you. However, that's just how it works. Alright, so at this point, Obi-Wan goes to Mustafar. Oh, I forgot to mention this. At this point, Darth Vader... yeah, I'm just going to call him Vader at this point. Vader goes to Mustafar, and he kills the Trade Federation guys because no one ever liked them. I'm like, when are these guys gonna die? Now, they get to die. So, that was really cool. I like that. Alright, so at this point, Obi-Wan goes to Mustafar to fight Vader, and Yoda goes to fight Darth Sidious, and we have our two ending duels. And that Obi-Wan versus Anakin duel, that was really cool. I like that. I mean, it is literally the fastest lightsaber duel I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if I would say it's the best duel in the entire saga, but it is cool. It's just all... I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I love it. And I just love it. Alright, so then pretty much after that, we had the final piece of the puzzle as to why Vader became more machine than man. When Vader just comes flipping up at Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan slices at him, and at this point, Vader burns, and then you have the transformation from Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader. Well, the official one, he gets his suit on. Alright, and I will admit, I do like the birth of Luke and Leia in this movie because I'm like, okay, well, at least we get to see them as babies. And Senator Organa says we've always thought about having a daughter, and now he has one. And Obi-Wan takes Luke to Tatooine to hiding with his aunt and uncle. And in general, Revenge of the Sith is a great movie for the prequel trilogy. A great Star Wars movie in general, and if you have not seen this movie yet, dude, what are you doing? Check this movie out for sure, and Revenge of the Sith, using the Force, is gonna get an A+. Alright guys, so this wraps up my Star Wars reviews until a few days from now, in which case I will review Force Awakens. But, as always guys, thank you all for watching, and if you like this, like, comment, favorite, hit that subscribe button, and join the Jolinator Club. Chest bump.